Guys, welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and today we're going to be automating mana with TNT. I hope you guys are ready. Alright guys, so today I want to try and get ourselves a better mana generation, because right now, I mean, we're producing mana with our tree farm. We're producing quite a bit. It does take a little while though. It's not the fastest in the world at producing mana, but we do have quite a bit being built up here. But I want to step this game up. I want to get into some TNT power. We can actually power and generate mana with TNT, but having an elven spreader and upgrading this mana spreader to an elven version, now that we have our gateway portal, we should be able to do that. So now we have access to the elven mana spreader. So this thing is going to be able to hold a bit more mana and be able to transfer. I think it transfers the same amount. It's just that it holds more mana. It can accept more, something like that. But it's pretty simple. Near the same recipe. Except for we're going to need this elementium ingot. Now elementium is used for quite a bit of stuff, and I do want to take a bit of my iron here and convert all of this over, as much as I can anyways, into mana steel ingots. Because we're going to throw this, and I do believe this will split up into two. We should get 32 back, because 2 mana steel ingots, if you throw this in here, will get you 1 elementium ingot. As you can see, 2 equals 1. So if we throw this in here, we should get back 32 elementium ingots. And there we go. There's 32 elementium ingots. Now, I don't need all 32 yet, but I do have 32 just because I wanted to craft myself some new armor. I know, right? Cool. So let's take a look at the uses for this. There is a few different things, like an upgrade to the Sojourner Sash. The main thing that I'm really interested in is also the mana spreaders and getting ourselves armor. Ooh, there's even a bucket. I don't really know what this bucket's about. I've never seen this. Extrapolated bucket. Interesting. And then the Great Fairy Ring. These are all really nice baubles. And it gets us into all kinds of new things. Look at that. We have all new lenses and things that we can now use. But the weapons, tools, and armor, especially armor, I want to get into. So let's go ahead and make this wonderful armor. This is probably going to be the armor that we actually fight Gaia with, possibly. At least the first time around. Let's go ahead and make a chest piece. And we'll go ahead and make our pants. Pretty cool. And let's go ahead and get an armor stand. We should have everything for that. Let's go ahead and make a regular armor stand. We'll throw that over here. And what we can do is take off our current armor. You know, I think we can keep it on us and do this. Maybe not. We have to put it in our offhand. If we had other mods in here, it'd be a little bit easier to do this. There's other mods that make it a little bit easier. And there we go. And now we can throw on our new armor. Look at this. How cool is this armor, guys? Is that not cool? I know. It's sick. It's pretty wicked. We are now equipped with fairies. If somebody hits us, or we were to get hit by a mob, it would launch a fairy out of our armor to attack it. It's pretty cool. It has a couple of different other perks as well. 10% less mana cost on tools. And it says right here, chance for pixies to apply potion effects. So yeah, pretty nifty. But for what we're doing, I'm going to go ahead and switch out on the armor, because I would prefer to have this armor right now until we need to go fight something. But I did want to go ahead and make that and show you guys how cool looking it is. Pretty cool looking armor. And even on the armor stand, it looks really good. There we go. Nice. So we have our original armor, this armor, and then of course the armor that gives us a nice reduction on our mana cost. So let's go ahead and get an elven mana spreader. We need 1 of those. And then I know I have some dream wood that we made last time. Made exactly enough for one. Let's take the dream wood. One elementium ingot. And a petal. And we'll get an elven mana spreader. This elven mana spreader is going to be really helpful. And it's going to allow us to transfer mana from what we're about to make into... or it'll allow us to get mana a little bit faster. So let's go ahead and work on one thing. We're going to need snow. And if you use these floating pure daisies, you can get snow. All you got to do is place water all around. Just like that. And this will turn to snow over time. It has the same timer as everything else. And whenever we come back, it'll all be turned to snow. And we're going to need that snow. We're also going to need to make cake. So cake is a pretty easy recipe. We just need some milk, some sugar, and eggs. Milk is probably the easiest part for us to get. We're just need some iron. Let's take some of that. I'm going to go ahead and make 3 buckets. Bam, there's our 3 buckets. I do have a bunch of cows. There we go. So there's 3 buckets. That'll get us at least one cake. We have 1 egg. We're going to need a couple pieces of sugar. And we're going to need some wheat. Bam. We now have a cake. Pretty cool. Alright, so we're all... This preparation is all for the Entropinnyum flour. So the Entropinnyum flour is going to require the Rune of Wrath. That is the hardest rune at the moment for us to make because it is a tier 3 rune, requiring a tier 2 rune on top of everything else. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and make a Rune of Winter, which is going to require white wool, 2 things of snow, earth, and water. So we're going to have an earth and water. There we go, earth, water. We're going to need white wool, 1 piece of white wool, and I think I have that stored away somewhere. I think it's in my mob chest. Pretty sure it's in my mob chest. We can just make it. Piece of wool. Super simple. There's the white wool. We should be able to now get our snow. Look at that. It's already done. Look at that snow. That should be plenty. And yeah, all we needed was actually 2. So I'll throw 2 on there. Throw our runes. And we need a piece of cake. And there we go. And now we're making the Rune of Winter. And we're going to need this to make the Rune of Wrath. Now the Wrath one is going to require 2 mana diamonds and a Rune of Earth. Which we have the Earth one, we'll get that back. So let's get 2 mana diamonds. There we go. And we should have everything once this is done. We'll go ahead and grab a piece of living rock. We're going to need a couple of those. We can go ahead and throw that on there when it's ready. And it's already almost done. Upgrading this to like other mana spreaders is not necessary at the moment. It will be better once we have more mana, and we'll be able to make these even faster. So there we go. We get all of our runes back. Let's do a Rune of Winter, Rune of Earth, 2 mana diamonds, and we'll place our living rock on there. Now this is going to consume a little bit of mana out of our mana pool to be able to make these runes. I think it shows on here a little bit more than the amount that it actually consumes. I mean, it probably does consume that much, now that I look at it. It's going to consume a little bit. Just doesn't seem like it consumes that whole lot. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe because it's a backup inside of our own mana spreaders here. Can't really tell. Like, these internal buffers are different than these internal buffers. And this internal buffer is different than everything else as well. So, you can see there's actually a guide here showing a buffer, but not here. I don't know. A little bit interesting. But this is going to be used. We're going to go ahead and get our red, 2 gray, and 2 white petals. 2 red, 2 gray, 2 white. And we're going to need this filled with water like we already have. Let's go ahead and throw the flowers in there that we're going to need. And we can go ahead and get our seed. Is this almost done? There we go. And we have our Rune of Wrath. Awesome. Let's go ahead and get our last bit, which is going to be a seed that we're going to need. And all we need is a rune of fire. And we should be ready to go. So, rune of fire, rune of wrath, and throw a seed in there. Right? Oh, it's dark gray. I did light gray, didn't I? That's my fault. Well, let's go ahead and pull this out. That was meant to be dark gray. There we go. And then rune of fire, rune of wrath, and a seed. Now we have an Entropinnyum. Now this thing is going to consume... let's go ahead and get some sand real quick. I have some cobblestone. Let's go ahead and convert some sand over. And we'll let that do its thing. That is such a cool animation, by the way, when it does that. We'll grab some gunpowder, because we have plenty of that. We'll make some TNT. So 12 TNT, that's perfectly fine. We'll take this. We'll turn that into this for now. We are going to automate this, so I'm not too concerned at the moment. And we're going to need a mana pool. So let's go ahead and get ourselves a mana pool. And I might honestly do a mana splitter. We'll get another mana pool going. The more mana I can generate from this, the better. And the more it's distributed around, the longer I can automate it and keep it going. Alright, so we can place this anywhere for right now. I'm just going to place it over here. And I'm going to place a few pulls here. We're going to have a mana spreader hooked up. And we can place it one above, one right here. Might as well. No big deal. We will put our Entropinnyum. We can put that guy right here. And we're going to need some place to place TNT. And what better place than right here? So, let's make sure this is all linked. This needs to be linked to this. This needs to be linked to this. And let's see how much mana we generate with our first TNT explosion. Now, this flower will consume the TNT blast. And it will generate a pretty substantial amount of mana. Pretty substantial. Like, look at this. Look at the amount of mana we are generating that way. Okay, so that was quite a bit. And the thing is, this has to be completely empty before we launch another TNT down. So that's where setting up a timer is going to be important, because it will now consume another one, as long as this doesn't have any residual mana left in it. So we need to come up with a timer solution. And doing it by seconds probably isn't going to be too bad. We have timers, so let's go ahead and do a count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I would say about 13, I'd say 15 seconds probably is going to be a good timer for this. Just as a base, it's going to be a good timer. So, we can do 15 seconds, no problem. We are going to need a dropper. So let's go ahead and get a dropper made. Which is just regular cobblestone, right? Just regular old cobblestone. And a piece of redstone. There we go. And then we can also set up, let's see. We're going to need to clear out some of our inventory. That's going to be the fun part. I always got to clean this out. So clean out some of our inventory, some of the mana stuff that we have. And then we could set up, I mean, we're not going to have our TNT automated yet, but we could do that definitely later. That'll be something we can work on. But right now we can just give it a supply of TNT and just let it run in the background. And it will generate a pretty good amount of mana for us. So let's go ahead and get a timer. To glass. which shouldn't be too bad for us. I think we have some, don't we? Yeah, we have glass. I keep forgetting that sometimes we don't have glass. Never know. And some gold. We make so many of these timers, you'd think I'd have them all on me by now. There we go. That should be it. We'll make another one of these. Oh, lovely. And we can set this to a timer of 15 seconds, which we have enough have enough sand on us. So that shouldn't be an issue. So let's go ahead and get this placer placed. That's probably the hardest part, is dropping the TNT. We're going to need to come down just a slab. Of course, I don't pick you up. There we go. We'll come down just a slab. And that will allow for me to place any block. Why do I not have any blocks here? Out of all the things, just use a chest, I guess. And then we should be able to get the dropper to face downward? No. Of course you don't. Go ahead and break this, break this. Let's go ahead and get some slabs. That's going to be the hardest part, is getting it to face down. Let's go ahead and grab some half slabs. And I'll have to set it up this way. Alright. Will it work? No, it won't. I'm going to have to be one down, I bet. That's where this wand comes in handy. There we go. That should help. I'll place another one there. Okay. Now that we have this sort of fixed, let me go ahead and now try and place this upside down. There it goes. Now it's placed upside down. So now it technically should drop on the dirt, not giving me any problems. Alright, and we'll put a redstone torch here to ignite. And we can put a timer on this side here to tick every 15 seconds. There we go. And that should drop TNT down. And should automate this flower. Which, let's make sure it's hooked up to this mana spreader. And everything should be good. Right? Let's throw the TNT in. Oh, it doesn't place it. I thought that was going to place it. Where did it get sucked to, though? That's the issue. Oh boy. I thought that was actually going to place it. Is there not a block placer? Let's see. I think I need the, not a dropper. I need a dispenser. Okay, let's go and make a dispenser. Alright, so I now have the dispenser. So now I can replace this. Try not to derp this up. I'm going to get my flower. So I can get out of here. We'll place the dispenser there. Not the dropper. That was my bad. And we should be able to cover that up. I'm just going to cover this with cobblestone for right now, just in case stuff don't drop down there. Entropinnyum. Link it to the mana spreader. TNT it up. And let's see. This should now work. Okay, so this is set on a 15-second timer, and like I said, I counted, and that was pretty close. It may be able to go less. I'm just going to leave it at 15. There it goes. And 15 seems to be okay. It's kind of dangerous. We're running on the little edge. Yes, that was perfectly fine. That works for me. And that will generate mana for us as we do nothing. We just literally have to fill this dispenser up with TNT. Huh. Now, there is something that I can do. And that is, just in case, so that way this doesn't fill up, I can get a comparator. I think I have a comparator on me somewhere. Maybe not. Pretty sure I had a comparator laying around somewhere. There's a comparator right there. Okay, so I have this comparator. Now I can do this really long, ugly redstone trick. And the mana pool, when full, will output a full redstone signal. And that should allow me to turn this off. But I'll have to turn the timer off. So to do that, I'll also need one of those. So let's go ahead and set that up. Now, mana pools, they do output a redstone signal. So let me go ahead and add that here. And right now, it's sending a redstone signal of 1. So that means this redstone signal will not work. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 15 is the max number, I do believe. So we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And if we run that here, I think that will go to this block. The only way to tell is to place a lever on it, or to use this redstone torch. Does that shut the timer off? No. So this will have to go onto a piece of rock, and then a comparator right here. Or not a comparator, a redstone repeater. And we'll see, does that shut the hourglass off? No. What would shut the hourglass off? Maybe if we gave this thing a redstone signal, it would automatically stop that. That's probably what we have to do. Okay. So once this hits a level of 15, let's go ahead and take this redstone around. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that should add up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 14, 15. And then I should be able to probably place a block here. And I'll just put a repeater here because this will be on the 14th. I don't want them to get completely full, because that could spell trouble. And we'll see if this thing will dispense if it has a full redstone signal. I think it will. No idea, though. That's just what I think. So let's try it. There. This will have a full redstone signal. We'll give it a block to place. We'll give it a redstone torch, which I think my stuff it's being eaten by this chest. Look at all this stuff. Okay, so let's give this thing... There was a torch in there, wasn't there? No. Redstone torch is here. Let's give this full redstone signal. Let's see if this will place a piece of TNT. Because now it has a full signal. Will it work? No. Okay, good. So that means it's off. That means it is off. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then on the 13th signal, actually I want it to be on the 14th. So right here. And that is perfect. There we go, guys. So it may be ugly, but it does work. It does work. And honestly, we can make more of these flowers if we wanted to. And that would produce even more mana. Our best bet is to convert as much cobblestone as possible over. So we can do five set. Let's see. TNT is 4. So we can technically make a stack of TNT. And see how much that gives us. As soon as this takes it, it's going to take a little bit. There we go. We're missing 52. There we go. And we have gunpowder. Totally enough gunpowder. 5. So that should get us a stack of TNT. There we go. Plenty more where this came from as well. There's so much gunpowder that I have. And yeah, we'll just let this run. So we're doing pretty good. I just want to have another method of mana generation. We're going to slowly but surely work on more methods of mana. This is one of the top ones in the book. If we look under Entropinnyum, it's right here. The next one is the Gorma, the Gormoralis. This guy it'll consume food and it will make mana based on the food type. So we might go into that next. I think we can automate cows, or we can, I think cows would be a pretty good one to automate. And we can honestly easily automate cows and get tons of mana from that flower. This flower is another one of those, but this one isn't fully automatic because we do have to supply it with TNT. But guys, that's awesome. Look at it. It's consuming it. It's doing its thing. We'll be able to tell its current redstone signal based upon this comparator, which is judging how full this mana pool is. Kind of cool. And look at that. We're already building up quite a bit of mana from that. And I don't even know if it's losing out on mana. I think we can put lenses. Let's try this. I think there's the lens of potency, lens of resistance, lens of efficiency, lens of velocity is the one that we need. So it's a rune of air and a mana lens. Let's go ahead and make that real quick. And I think that will significantly help the pacing. So we don't accidentally lose mana. So we have that. And then a rune of air, we have plenty of them. So let's go ahead and grab another one. Add that to the lens. That'll give us a lens of velocity. That will make it go faster. Look how much faster that goes now. Oh yeah. This thing is totally generating way more mana than I think this mana spreader can handle. Oh, maybe it's just right at the right amount. Whew, that's fast. That's a fast pulse of mana. Look at that. That's super cool, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I know they've been kind of short here recently, but I'm trying to get, you know, some more quality stuff out. Currently my voice has kind of been because I've been sick. So I'm trying to get over the sickness. I will start streaming again as soon as I am better. So yeah, you can check me out there at twitch.tv/ChosenArchitect. You can find me there. If you want to click that follow button, that'd be great. I'd really appreciate that. And you know the drill. If you guys enjoyed this episode, don't forget to click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and also give this video a thumbs up, and also ring that notification bell if you guys are new to the channel and you guys want to keep updated with content. So, as always, thanks for watching.
Let's go!